organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Thanks for tuning in to Daily Iowan TV, your television news, sports, and weather source for the Daily Iowan. I'm Kylie Siebert, here to give you a quick update on what's been going on around the Iowa City area. A University of Iowa junior is running for Iowa City City Council. Former Iowa Student Government City Council liaison Raj Patel submitted his application for an at-large council seat Wednesday. Patel played a large role in the anti-21 ordinance campaign last fall. He will be hosting his campaign kickoff event in the upcoming week. And the University of Iowa recently announced plans to integrate a new user-friendly approach to its recycling program. Daily Iowan TV's Josh Bolander explains.
While an emphasis on recycling has been evident on campus at the University of Iowa over the past few years, the Office of Sustainability at the University Services Building is switching things up in hopes of generating even less wasted items around Iowa City.
We're going to make the program much more visible and start reaching out and talking to people much more about the importance of recycling, why it's important to building a sustainable campus, and how they can get involved.
The goal of the program is to phase in new single-stream recycling across campus buildings, including dormitories, the Wellness Center, and educational facilities, with the department's goal to meet a 60% waste diversion by the year 2020.
It requires us only to put all of the recyclables in one container, redeemable containers in another, and then everything that goes to the landfill in the final trash container. And so we're going to be able to recycle more materials. We hope that the ease of the program gets more people recycling because we are committed to meeting that 2020 goal of 60% diversion from landfilling.
Look for old containers like these to be replaced in September, and remember to reduce, reuse, and recycle going forward. Josh Bolander, Daily Iowan TV.
And keep an eye out for the new single-stream bins, as the new system is to be in place by Thursday, September 1st. A living learning community proposed last semester would have put LGBT students all in one area at Iowa. However, due to lack of interest, the floor was shut down before the semester started. Daily Iowan TV's Jeff Shane looks at what the type of community could have offered and why it didn't work out.
In terms of their specific needs as a community, is something that students initiated, say that they wanted. So we worked to provide this to the students at their request. And when it came to it, students chose not to live in that community.
That community would be known as Spectrum. Spectrum was supposed to be a lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, or LGBT-friendly living community in Burge. Students were given an option on their housing applications to sign up. However, plans were scrapped when only 4 students actually signed up for the floor. Some speculated that the community wouldn't be safe as it would be a mecca for bullies, or the dorm staff wouldn't be able to handle Spectrum. Brad Mose, manager of Residence Life Academic Initiatives, claims differently.
Artists go through extensive training working with all folks. I mean, we work to have the most inclusive communities we can. We hope to provide living opportunities for all of our students.
Mose doesn't know why students apparently demanded a living community, but then didn't choose to live there. He says that Spectrum would have been open to all students.
This community was open to all students, first year, transfer, return, or anybody who wanted to live in the community. It was designed to be open for everyone who wanted to participate.
However, when push came to shove, students fell to the wayside. Mose says that Residence Life will continue to push for an LGBT-friendly floor in the future.
The success of this Spectrum House will determine on if students want it or not. We're going to try it again and see what students want.
Mose says as of now there are no plans to promote the floor differently next year. Jeff Shane, Daily Iowan TV.
The UI is one of a handful of schools around the country attempting to implement such communities. And the 12th annual Kirk Ferentz football kickoff luncheon Wednesday at the Sheraton featured the state's top executive, among other well-known faces. Governor Terry Branstad, former Hawkeye Ed Podolak, UI President Sally Mason, and the man of the hour, head football coach Kirk Ferentz were all in attendance. One topic of discussion at the luncheon was the $285 million project to build a new UI Children's Hospital just south of the one currently at the UIHC campus. University officials said they feel the current pediatric services were too spread out across the west side of campus. They decided to consolidate all of these facilities into one 11-story building. Wednesday's event event raised more than $10,000 for the project, and one of the patients who will benefit from the new facility, 15-year-old Children's Hospital patient Drew Wall, provided some lighthearted comedy for the Iowa leaders.
I also have a running leg that's made of carbon fiber, and what it does is it springs out so you can get a nice steady jog going. I love to show little kids it. I love the wide eyes they get when I walk by them. So pretty much it's making me more popular. Coach Ferentz, if Coach Parker needs a spare foot.
Groundbreaking for the new building is projected to begin next fall and should be completed by December of 2015. And now for all things Hawkeye sports, let's send it over to Daily Iowan TV's sports reporter Ian Martin at the sports desk. Ian?
After sustaining an injury this summer, Iowa's Golden Girl Chelsea Russell may not be in perfect health, but she says she will be back on the Kinnick sideline for Saturday's game. Our Jake Abrams caught up with the twirler to talk about her injury and subsequent road to recovery.
Iowa Golden Girl Chelsea Russell was set to compete in her final season as a Hawkeye, but this summer, she got some news that was anything but golden.
Chelsea Russell received the news that she had fractured her foot after a trick where her partner tosses his baton and she catches it, but on June 18th, things didn't go as planned.
I don't know if it was just being distracted or what it was, but when he set me down, I didn't land on my toes, I didn't roll my ankle, I literally landed on the side of my foot, and I heard pop, 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 pop.
Teammates watched as Russell was sent to the emergency room where she was diagnosed with a Jones fracture. Although her foot is now healed, her ankle is limiting what she can do on the field.
It's just been a different kind of arena for us to work in, like, with my body the way that it is. We just can't do the cheerleading lifts and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes further in the season. I won't be doing very much at the first game. It'll be a lot of stationary stuff, probably by myself, but we'll see as far as that goes later down the road.
This week, Russell got clearance to be able to run onto the field, something that she earlier thought wouldn't be possible. And with the help of drum major Joe Piasecki, the two have been working together to figure out ways to perform that doesn't put too much pressure on that ankle.
What we've really been trying to do is come up with a lot of stuff that is low impact for us to do on the field. Partner work with both her equipment, such as my mace or her batons, and really just trying to get her acclimated and back to being out on the field.
Chelsea graduated with a BA in English and a minor in French this past May, and she's continuing her education as a grad student. Though her final season may be set back a bit due to her injury, she would never sit through the opportunity of the thrill of performing at Kinnick.
The thing I love doing most in the world is performing, and I don't love doing it more than when I am performing in Kinnick. In front of 70,000 loyal Hawk fans, there is no better place to perform. These have been the best 4 years of my life, and this will probably be the 5th best year of my life. I'm really, really excited to get back out there in Kinnick, and just thank you so much, and go Hawks.
Jake Abrams, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
And although Chelsea's routines may be limited now, she says she is able to run, not just walk, out of the Kinnick Stadium tunnel come Saturday. And the preparation for the Big Ten ACC Challenge started over 9 months ago for field hockey as the team worked to improve its strength and conditioning, and culminated on Saturday with a huge 3-2 victory over number 11 in the country, Wake Forest. Our Kate Constable went out to the field hockey facility at Grant Field to catch up with the team and talk about where this toughness is coming from.
Despite the rain, the field hockey team was back on the turf this week to continue improving their game in hopes of carrying their toughness and momentum from last weekend's tournament on throughout the season. Assistant coach Megan Bemestifer gives us some insight as to where this toughness is coming from.
I just think our determination to prove that we are going to have a better season this year than last year is, it's really high in the girls' heads.
The team has struggled on the road in the past Big Ten ACC Challenge, but looked strong against two highly ranked teams this past weekend. Junior forward Sarah Drake also shares with us a few factors that contribute to the difficulty of road games.
Most of our road trips are exactly the same. We try to keep things consistent so people's minds don't wander, and consistency is a really big factor.
Drake's shot is one of the hardest on the team, which may be due to the confidence she receives from the team succeeding on the road. Part of Iowa's success over Wake Forest was understanding the field and the atmosphere they were playing in.
Sometimes, you're going to have to play on a field where the turf has a different feel to it, and you don't have as many fans as you might when you're at home, but it feels that much better winning on someone else's turf.
Kate Constable, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The team's next 2 games are on September 2nd and 4th at Grant Field, where the team hopes to build upon that big victory last weekend. That's all for sports tonight. Back to you, Kylie.
Thanks, Ian. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into Thursday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read about a city council proposal to place fruit-bearing trees in a city park for residents. Plus, read more about the efforts of KCJJ radio owner and host Steve Soberoff to run for Iowa City Council. And before we leave you, let's take a look at your local weather forecast. Thursday is going to be a warm one. We're looking at a high of 98 degrees with a low of 73 degrees and sunny skies. The rest of the weekend has some chances of isolated showers and thunderstorms with a 30% chance of rain for your Hawkeye game day. And the beginning of next week should be nice with temperatures cooling down to the lower 70s. And that's all the time we have for this edition of Daily Iowan TV. You can tune in tomorrow at the same time or check us out online at dailyiowan.com. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Kylie Siebert. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night.